The podcast you're about to listen to will be discussing and spoiling movies throughout the duration of the show. It is also riddled with bad language, so if that's not your thing, well, we tried to warn you.
Target's missed. Lobo X-ray request come back around for another run.
Warthog 1, this is Black Dog 6 actual. Hit him again.
Roger that.
Kaplan, where are we with the evacuation?
50% downtown, sir.
Sir, we have a bogey headed north in the river, half-mile out.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features. My name is Erika Gwynn, and I am here to welcome you to yet another episode of our show. Joined with me are two men who definitely can smell what The Rock is cooking. We have Daniel Gwynn.
Hey!
And Matt Stein.
I'd have man sex with The Rock.
I think everybody would have any type of sex with The Rock.
I would let him spit on me. I would do as I was told. And then I would make him breakfast afterwards.
After he just beats the shit out of you. You're like, how do you like your eggs?
Yeah, don't care.
I don't care.
Make me every time.
Thank you, Mr. Rock.
I'll make you that whole loaf of bread French toast.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Yeah, I don't fucking
No,
care.
you don't ever call him Dwayne. He would backhand the shit out of Matt right in the mouth. Immediately.
I would
Like, what the
thank
fuck
him.
did you say, bitch?
He's probably like the nicest person, and for some reason, we've just made him out to be a complete ass.
He wouldn't even be able to make breakfast.
Why not?
That dude is huge. You know, he's packing heat.
Matt would be wheelchair into the stove.
Oh,
I can do it. I can do it.
Maybe, what is that?
I can't sit because it hurts.
Those breakfast sandwiches.
What, like a Jimmy Dean?
Yeah, he'd be making a Jimmy Dean in the microwave.
He would never treat The Rock that poorly. Anyway, before we get into any more sexual fantasies of Matt's and the episode itself, we have some information for you as usual. You can find Monster Madness on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as all other obscure social media platforms. There are a few ways you can support our show for the cost of nothing except a few minutes of your time. You can head on over to Apple Podcasts and give the show a rating and review. That helps other people find the show, and it is greatly appreciated by us. You can also buy merch on tpublic.com and become a Patreon. So with that, we're going to get right down to it. You probably have a guess of what we're going to be talking about tonight. It has to do with The Rock. But we are going to be discussing for our Season 2 finale, 2018's Rampage.
What do you got?
Nothing yet. We got tracks. You seeing this?
Jesus.
A wolf made that?
Maybe I should have brought the 50 cal.
Okay, so Rampage came out in 2018. It is starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I mean, do we need to go any further?
Unfortunately, we will.
Don't be bigger.
This fucking movie sucks.
All right. We already know Matt's feelings. It also has Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Jake Lacey, Joe Manganiello. I can never pronounce his last name correctly, but he's that beefy Wolfman guy from True Blood, and Marley Shelton. I don't remember her in that at all. It was written by Carlton Cuse, Ryan J. Condal, and a couple other people that doesn't matter. Yeah, a lot of people wrote this movie. A lot of people.
What used to be a video game.
It did used to be a video game.
It's also Manganiello.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Manganiello. I never pronounce it correctly.
His name's Joe.
Yeah.
Joe Hot Guy. It was directed by Brad Payton. And let's see. Do I have taglines? Do I? Hold on. Now
there
I got.
has to be a tagline.
No, there's one, but I didn't look into it. Hold on. I know. I thought I usually have them like all written down. Rampage. I think I just hated this so much that I just wanted to get it done.
Sounds about right.
Matt, can you do the Rock smolder?
No. No.
Can you do an eyebrow?
I'm far too dumb looking. I mean,
Can't do it?
a taco hat.
I like it. Okay, so there's actually only one tagline for this film.
Wow.
You ready?
Yep.
Spend your money elsewhere.
It kind of goes along with probably Matt's sexual fantasy of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Big meets bigger.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love you, Dwayne.
We love you so much, Dwayne. All right, Matt, what's the budget Probably way too much.
Well, I was going to say too much. 120 to 140 million.
Whoa.
I mean, given the amount of CGI, the budget makes sense, but...
Yeah, but it's just, like I said, I believe, when we watched The Meg...
Wait, that crocodile's not real?
No, there was a brief part of me that thought that they had genetically altered a crocodile, I was going to say a Gatorade, a gorilla and a rat, and then also fashioned an antibody to bring them back down to size, but then I saw the budget and realized that was not what they had done.
They had the money.
No, there's no way 120 million would allow for that kind of technology to be created. The research costs alone are more than $140 million.
Even that.
It's just, I mean, no one can watch this.
He's wearing a top.
Yeah, no one watches.
I'm taking a picture
and
of the post.
that's what makes it so much better is the fact that no one listening has to stare at me wearing a taco hat.
But I do.
But yeah, the two of you do.
This makes it so much better. Oh, God, let's just get this over with. Tell the listeners about Rampage, because yeah.
So there was a piece of shit in space that came to Earth, and then a couple other pieces of shit got big, and then they blew up the city, and Dwayne was cute.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Monster Madness.
All right, so Athena 1 is a space station owned by gene manipulation company. Is it Energene or Energine? This has been so long since I watched it.
Don't know.
Okay, we're going with Energene. It's destroyed after a laboratory rat named Larry.
Damn, Larry.
Which the names of the animals were the same names as what they were given in the Nintendo game too. I do want to point that out. So the rat Larry mutates, wreaks havoc. Dr. Carrie Atkins, different than the diet, is the lone surviving crew member, is ordered by Energine's CEO Claire Wyden to retrieve canisters containing a pathogen. Atkins flees in an escape pod when the station implodes, but it disintegrates upon re-entry, killing her and leaving a trail of debris across the United States. One canister is swallowed by an American crocodile in the Everglades, and another lands in Wyoming, where a wolf is exposed to the pathogen.
Dun, dun, dun.
I didn't know if you had something to say about the...
No, I don't have much to say about this movie because I didn't retain much.
Me neither.
I would be freaking out if I was in outer space with that huge ass rat.
Well, everyone died, so I don't think it really mattered anymore. Where they are, they feel it's only dreams now.
Yeah, that was probably the scariest part of the movie to me.
Well, and that's the thing. Like the movie escalated very quickly, and then like took a dip back down before turning into what it was. But this is where things get interesting because primatologist, which I think is a real thing.
It is.
I refuse to look it up, but that sounds about right. Davis Okoye. Well, I'm just going to call him Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from here on out.
That's fine.
Former U.S. Army Special Forces soldier and member of an anti-poaching unit, works at the San Diego Wildlife Sanctuary, where he's befriended a rare albino western lowland gorilla named George.
Oh,
George.
George is really funny.
Yeah, I thought actually that was probably my favorite part was the interactions between those two.
Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson saved George from some poachers who killed his mother and communicates with George using sign language. One of the canisters crash lands in George's habitat and George is exposed to the pathogen. I didn't see that one coming. As George grows considerably larger and more aggressive, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's contacted by genetic engineer Dr. Kate Caldwell, who explains that the pathogen was developed by Energine to rewrite genes on a massive scale. She had hoped to advance CRISPR research as a potential cure for the diseases, but discovered Energine's plans, Energine, I can't even fucking remember what I was calling it, to use it as a biological weapon.
Energine sounds better because, like, genes, changing.
And that's what I thought, but the Y is really throwing me off.
Yeah, the gine
Silent.
just sounds like vagina.
Gina. Yeah. Is your name Gina? It's Gina.
Literally had a girl
Real
in
soft
high school
features.
who went
Really?
by Gina.
It's just 40-year-old virgin. You have soft features, tuck your sack back.
Oh, no, I know exactly what you're referring to, but even before
Thank you.
came out, she would be like, my name's Gina. And I'm like, why would you even, why? All right, sure.
That's her name, Erika.
No, her name was Gina. She was just being an asshole.
Yeah. Fucking Gina.
Mm.
Let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, so Energine's going to use it for a biological weapon. It resulted in the death of her terminally ill brother. I don't fucking whatever. George escapes from captivity and goes on a rampage.
Fuck the sentiment.
I'm like, I don't know. That sentence is long. He goes on a rampage at the preserve, but is calmed He is calmed, but George is captured by government-led Agent Harvey Russell and put on an airplane. Meanwhile, Claire and her brother Brett oversee a mercenary team's attempt to capture the mutated wolf, who's named Ralph, which ends in failure and the slaughter of the entire team.
That's a bummer.
So, yeah. Claire, hoping to capture Ralph and use George to kill Kate, uses a massive transmitter atop the Willis Tower to lure the animals, engineered to respond aggressively to a certain radio frequency in Chicago. This was the stupidest fucking part of the movie. They're like, we're going to put this thing there. They're all going to want to kill it. They're all going to Chicago.
Be-doop, 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 be-doop. They all come flying.
Is that what it sounded like? George reacts violently to the sound and crashes the plane. Though Davis, Kate, and Russell parachute to safety, George survives the crash and joins Ralph as they make their way to Chicago. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kate are aided by Russell in stealing a military helicopter in pursuit.
This is where he did that thing you like, Daniel, where he's like, ba-ding.
Oh, yeah. He's handcuffed, and he's just all of a sudden blows out of those puppies.
Because he's fucking Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Like that was nothing.
That was my favorite thing. Like, he let them handcuff him, knowing full well he could just be like, ding, all right, let's go.
You think he can actually do that?
Damn, have you seen his biceps are the size of my torso?
I know. He's got huge pillows. Walking around with those things.
I actually am quite fascinated about
how strong he is.
No, not necessarily that. I mean, there's that factor, but just like.
But he's like sculpted strong. Like, I feel like there are a lot of people who could probably lift a lot more than him because he lifts to get.
He just does it for look.
Yeah.
Honestly, but my thing is the discipline it takes to do
that.
I can't even fathom it.
Sure. I get to about lunchtime and I'm like, yeah, I'll just roll a burrito inside of a pizza and eat that.
Exactly. Like
he's got to be eating a lot of calories.
Yeah,
he eats it probably like a Michael Phelps type diet, which was what, like 20,000 calories a day.
Yeah, give or take.
I know he's up at like 3 a.m. though, isn't he?
Yeah, he never sleeps. Yeah, he never sleeps. He goes to bed probably I would say probably at like midnight, and he's up at 3. Like, he's just constantly going and going. I don't get people that can do that. If I don't get like a certain amount of sleep, I am miserable.
It's that tequila.
But yeah, he has like all the shit. He has like his brand, the Project Rock. He has like this Under Armour stuff. Then he has, his tequila. He has all of his other like engagements. And then he's like working out for 3 hours a day. I just don't understand how he has the time.
And he's a great dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's just crazy.
I feel like you really have to want what you're going for to do that. Like, yeah, I'd be probably really happy if I was in better shape, but meh.
He probably takes an off day.
I like pizza rolls too much.
Oh, I fucking love pizza rolls. He has his Sunday night cheat meals. I know this because of Instagram, and it's usually like 10 rolls of sushi.
Oh yeah, it's insane the amount of foods that he puts into his body. Like, he literally his French toast, because I made that joke earlier, but I don't know if you two got it.
I got it.
He literally
it's like a tower.
It's literally a whole loaf of bread. He cuts it in half, and it's like filled up with peanut butter and like syrup and all this other stuff and like cinnamon. It's huge. He's eating that, and then he eats like a whole fucking container of ice cream, and he's like, cheat meal. I just vomit.
That's more than I could eat in an entire non-cheat meal day.
Like, that is literally like 4 days worth of food for me.
Yep. Then you'd be shitting your brains out for a week.
Probably. I probably wouldn't even be able to do that. It'd just be like this colossal ball of.
I gotta go to the hospital and stuff.
Yeah, I have a French toast fucking, what is that?
Baby?
A kidney stone. Just like a fucking Krager in my gut.
Blow out your intestines.
Probably. Continue.
Okay. They arrive to find George and Ralph tearing through the city as the military struggles to contain them. I would love to contain Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Situation worsens when the mutated crocodile, Lizzie, these names are fucking terrible, joins George and Ralph, planning to steal a counter serum to turn the mutated animals back to normal. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kate infiltrate Energene headquarters at the Willis Tower and take several vials of the serum, but are caught by Claire and Brett. Claire reveals that the serum only eliminates the animals' enhanced aggressiveness rather than revert them to normal size, and shoots Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But he survives because he's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
How dare they?
When George climbs to the top of the tower, Claire orders Davis to distract it while she attempts to escape with Kate at gunpoint. Kate slips a vial into Claire's handbag and pushes her towards George, who eats Claire along with the serum, killing her and returning him to his normal personality. Below, Russell takes incriminating evidence with Brett, who is crushed to death by falling debris as the damaged tower topples. Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Kate survive by crash landing a helicopter on Federal Plaza. Davis stays in the city to help George defeat the other two monsters while Kate and Russell rush to prevent the military from deploying a Moab against the creatures. George fights Ralph, whom tricks into flying into Lizzie's jaws, decapitating the wolf. Lizzie chases Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but George intervenes in time for Dwayne The Rock Johnson to incapacitate the crocodile with grenades.
I mean, if you're going to incapacitate a crocodile, grenades.
Yeah. However, Lizzie survives and overpowers George, who is impaled by rebar. Dwayne The Rock Johnson distracts Lizzie using a fallen Apache helicopter, but is nearly killed before George stabs Lizzie through the eye with the same rebar, killing it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, George got hurt.
Yeah. George was very hurt.
Yep.
Poor George.
George was the best character. I mean, besides.
Threat is neutralized. The airstrike is aborted. In the aftermath, George and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, joined by Kate and Russell, help clear the city of debris and rescued civilians.
And then Negan says, "Good job."
Actually, I don't think Matt watches The Walking Dead, so I don't
I watched the first season. I get the reference of the name. Is that
Oh, there you go.
is that Joe Manganiello?
No, that's Jeffrey D. Morgan.
They look the
Joe
same.
dies within like 5 minutes of him getting on the screen.
It's the only other guy whose name I could think of off the top of my head.
I thought he got eaten by the wolf.
I don't.
Yeah, he got eaten by the wolf.
That's still like in the
Gotta be
first
honest
10
with you.
minutes.
I retained nothing of this film except the very end conversation between The Rock and George.
Excuse me, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, please.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes, say his entire birth name. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Wait, does he have a middle name?
Please, old.
It's the.
But then it's just Dwayne The Johnson.
Not wrong.
It starts with a D. What do you think it is?
Derek.
No, not nerdy enough.
It's nerdier than Dwayne?
I'd say it's on par with Dwayne.
Well, it's not going to be Dwight. They're not going to do a double.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Dwayne Dwight Johnson.
Yeah, that would be rough. David?
Ooh, no, you Douglas. I felt like you were about to say that.
Douglas. Dwayne Douglas Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, The Rock just fits him better as his name.
Yeah. I mean, his I feel like he had other wrestling names.
I always thought he was The Rock.
No, he was Dwayne Johnson, then Flex Cavana, and then Rocky Maivia, and then The Rock.
Thank God he settled on The Rock. Because the first one you already said that I forgot.
Flex Cavana?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
Flex Cavana. Does he play at the Copa Cabana? All right, I'm done.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done. I like that song.
Isn't his daughter in wrestling now?
Yes.
I wonder if she's like a different Rock.
I don't think she has like a title or anything,
Title
but
or
she
name?
is the youngest person to ever be signed by the WWE, WWF, whatever it is now. I always forget.
WWE. So this made me think, and granted, this conversation's far more interesting than the movie itself.
Yes, exactly.
But when you're talking about previous wrestling monikers for Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I was like, what is another massive wrestler that you've only ever known by like one name for 20, 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Other wrestling names that he had: Kane the Undertaker, Mark Callis, Mean Mark Callis, Mean Mark, Dice Morgan, The Master of Pain, The Punisher, Texas Red, and then finally The Undertaker.
How do you get there, man?
I don't fucking know.
The other ones just didn't click.
I could ask the little guy.
Hornswoggle?
Yeah, because I'm sure he had meetings with WWE writers to figure out what his name and all that, and his story and stuff was going to be.
Oh, you don't think that they come up with their name themselves? You think that's kind of like just given to them? Like, you're going to be Hornswoggle.
So I saw Jake the Snake Roberts do like stand up. He just told stories, and he talked about how he became Jake the Snake. He was just like Jake Roberts, and then Vince McMahon's like, "Hey, you're going to start carrying a snake." And then Jake the Snake was like, "The fuck I am." And then Vince said,
Don't care if you're afraid.
yeah, Vince is like, "Okay, I'll pay someone else." And then Jake Roberts was like, "Whoa, hold up." So yeah, he basically was like, "Yeah, you're going to be Jake the Snake. You're going to carry around a fucking python, and that's kind of how it's going to be. And I'm going to pay you this much to do it."
No, I mean,
I think after a day, if you're carrying a python, you'd be fine.
Daniel, I am less afraid of snakes than you are.
Yeah, I would never fucking.
Why are men so afraid? Like, every dude that I've ever met has always been afraid of snakes.
I mean, I don't like spiders either. I generally don't like bugs and
I
stuff.
like things that are going to attack me.
That too.
There was this one time we went to this place called Ringing Rocks. It's this park where if you bring like a hammer with you and you hit these rocks, it sounds like you're hitting metal. It's like this weird phenomena. And everybody, yeah, it's like ding, ding. You can like make music. It's interesting. I don't know why it does it. He could probably explain it better, but please don't.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hear like scientific explanation. I doubt anybody else does either. Just Google it. But we were walking through it, and it's hard to walk through because it's literally just a rock field, and they're all uneven, and it's pretty dangerous if you're.
And it's open in the sun.
Yeah, there's no tree cover. It's very open. And we're walking, and I'm like, oh, cool, look at that snake. And I've never seen someone run across rocks faster than him. It was like Jesus going across the water.
It was a little baby cottonmouth.
I don't know what that means. I just saw a snake.
It's a poisonous snake.
Oh, you were fine.
Oh.
I pushed it with a stick. You were fine.
It sounds like you were trying to murder your husband.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I don't think we were married yet.
It sounds like you were trying to murder your boy toy.
Sounds closer, yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
So this movie's over. Thank fucking God.
I really don't want to talk about it too much, to be honest with you. I'd rather talk about anything else but this movie. But we still have to do questions of the damn.
Wait.
What?
Would you rate don't we have to recommend?
No, that's at the very end. How many
Questions
times
first.
have we done this?
Even I know that, and I'm not smart.
Okay, so now that we finished this shitty movie, and we don't want to talk about it, to be honest with you, it was a poor choice on our part. My part. This was my fault. We all had faults in this season.
But this one's yours.
This one is mine. So we're going to go and do Questions of the Damned to see who is our victor, or if we're going to go to sudden death.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, we got questions.
We got dams.
That's right. All right, Matt is up only by 1. If Dan ties this, we have to go to sudden death, but if Matt wins it... Dan, you ready for the first question?
Yep.
What was the name of the mutated wolf in the film? Greg, Ralph, or Luke? Are you okay?
Luke.
Matt knows the answer.
It's Ralph. Yeah, it's Ralph. I read all the names.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I gave him the question on the off chance. I'm like, maybe he paid attention, and I know he did not. All right, Matthew.
I don't blame you one bit for not paying attention, by the way.
Yeah, I literally remember nothing of this movie, except, the very few bits that are rushing back to me. All right, Matthew. Why did the filmmakers make George an albino gorilla? To differentiate him from King Kong, he was albino in the video game, or to make him look more intimidating?
Ooh. I'm going to say because differentiate from King Kong. I knew it wasn't B, so...
Yeah. I have never played or seen the video game, I don't think.
My brother and I once beat it. It is 100 levels long.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And you literally all you do is destroy buildings. Like, you climb up them and breaks. It's the fucking most pointless game I've ever played in my life.
And yet you've beaten it.
I was probably 10 at the time. We would, play a bunch, pause, and then leave the Nintendo on.
I'm not mocking. I'm just saying. God.
I'm freaking...
You calm it down. All right, Daniel.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character wields a very specific gun, a nickel-plated Colt with ivory handles, the same as what other character he plays? John Winchester on Supernatural, Negan on The Walking Dead, or Jake in Walker, Texas Ranger?
Supernatural.
Did you really know that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a big Supernatural fan.
Oh, I did not.
I guess because he has weapons, so I'm like, in that, I was like, he's had weapons in that show a lot.
When a show hits 16 seasons, I don't typically get that far into it. I think I tapped out on Supernatural around season 8. I'm probably only halfway through.
Is it still coming out?
This is its last season coming out. Yeah, they are just we're done.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah. All right, Matthew. What is the... You're going to get this. What is the name of the alligator in the film? Allie, Lizzie, or Katie?
Lizzie. I thought about making a joke.
Hey man, I still have 2 questions. One is a regular and one is a bonus. I will allow the bonus. All right, Matthew.
No, it's
not Matthew. Daniel.
Yeah.
Ralph was not just a wolf. What other attributes did he have? Bat, porcupine, and squirrel, hedgehog, parrot, rabbit, or sea urchin, Doberman, and chinchilla?
Well, it's definitely not the last one. So what was the first two?
Bat, porcupine, squirrel, or hedgehog, parrot, and rabbit?
A. Yeah.
All right, we do have a bonus question, and I'm going to ask you both, though unfortunately, you would have to get this 100% right to even go to sudden death,
Okay.
because Matt has won the normal round.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
This is where this is not a multiple choice. This is what you have to say to me. Like, you have to tell me. This is a fill in the blank. I couldn't think of the words.
Okay.
What does The Rock sign
Bing.
to George?
Got it.
Hold on. Matt has to text it to me.
Bing. I got it. 100%. Not going to get it wrong. I know.
Okay, that's great. But you both get to answer, you psychopath.
But what happens if he gets it right and I get it right?
Then we'll go to sudden death if that makes you happy.
It's only if Matt agrees to that.
I mean, technically, I've already won because the bonus question only happens if it's tied. So we can
I'm just
go
literally
to
giving you a bone.
yeah, we
here.
can go to sudden death. I mean, I've already won the season twice,
All right.
so I might as well go make it even 3.
All right, Matt, text me your answer. What do you think George signed?
When he does it a bunch.
Or The Rock signed to George. It's the first sign that he says to him, and then one of the last signs before they start joking around. He does it twice in the film. There are actually 2 acceptable answers, and I'll explain why once you...
I text you. You'll be able to quickly tell that I have no fucking clue.
Matt's response was, well, what's your response?
The Rock.
Okay. Matt's response was smoke crack and worship Satan. Daniel would be correct. He does sign the sign for Rock,
Yep.
but the subtitles say, "It's me, The Rock." So good job.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Thank you to our daughter who we have taught sign
Hey.
language. But even though you got the bonus, Matt still has won. He's still up 1. And he has won a second season of Monster Madness.
I just hear angry swallowing.
Congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
I think, like, Matt feels
I
bad.
do. I feel absolutely horrendous.
It's the game.
Why? You can't... You want to be me, but you can't be me. Don't hate the player, hate the game, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
And I created the great game, so you both can hate me.
Many more seasons to come.
I know. We got like 85 seasons to go until Matt taps out and he decides he hates us.
Yep. Thank you for listening to Season 2.
We still have to recommend the movie.
No.
Well, there's Matt's answer. Yeah, there's a common consensus, as you can tell from the very lackluster and unenthusiastic feelings that we have as we record this episode. We did not care for Rampage. It would have not, if I would have known.
That it wasn't. It was more of an action movie.
But despite that,
Oh,
most
yeah.
monster movies are anymore. But what I'm saying is, if I would have known that it was going to be this bad, I would not have suggested it, especially for the season finale. But
you know
we
what
are...
I thought would have been a great alternate ending?
What, Mr. Interrupt?
Sorry. If The Rock had to take one of those vials and then he became like 100 times bigger and had to fight all the monsters. to
That's
the
what he
death.
said. He's like, that's what he should do in the middle of the movie. He's like, this is what I would do. He's like, I'd just be like, and then be like, there's like a giant, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson
That would have been
going down
That would
Chicago.
have been the best.
Could you imagine if that happened when we were in Chicago and you're just like, look at that giant rock?
It's Dwayne.
The giant Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
You would just see Matt
and his
like holding
giant
onto his
Johnson.
leg like a toddler does, and their parents walking away from him.
And then halfway through, I realized I'm holding on to his penis. Dwayne the Rock Johnson's giant Johnson.
There's something wrong with you.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson's little Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
There's nothing little about that.
Well, it's he's got a big dick.
But how disappointed would it be? Like, not that this matters, but if he just had like,
None of this matters.
But if he
I
had-
have a pin for you that states that none of this matters.
This is true. But what, like, how shocking would it be when you see someone of his caliber and he has like micro dick? Would that change your whole opinion of him? Be like,
Oh, I mean, okay, there's 2 ways to look at it. There's one, regardless of the size of his hog, he's still a very disciplined.
I hate when you call it a hog.
But, whatever. It is. It's, okay. Despite the size of his killer pillar, he's still very determined. He's a very hardworking person. He's very structured, very disciplined. You got to respect it. But if the other hand is like, well, now I know why you have so many muscles. Because your dick is small. You know what I'm saying?
That's the clip for this episode.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like,
is small.
Like I don't, either fucking way. I would just be happy to meet him.
He doesn't have tiny dick energy to me.
I don't think so either.
You know what I mean? Because most of those people...
He's got 100% confidence.
I thought you were about to say 100% cock.
That too.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I was like, Jesus, Daniel. I don't even understand why we have a show anymore. I really don't. Well, anyway, so none of us like the movie at all.
No.
Season 2 has come to a close.
I hope the game is better than the movie.
You got to talk to Matt about it. He beat all 100 levels.
Yeah, there was one on Nintendo 64 that I never played. The one for regular Nintendo is pretty not great. But it was on Nintendo in like the early to mid 90s, so you didn't have a whole lot of options.
I really love that you have been wearing that hat the entire
It's fucking, it's actually incredibly warm too. And I just...
Are you cold?
No, not at all.
Look at those locks.
I really need a haircut.
Look at that quarantine hair.
I need a haircut so bad.
He could do a man bun.
You for sure could.
Yeah, I can't get the back. The back can't be part of the
You
party.
just do one of those like
I
those top
certainly
cones.
could. There was one day I was cooking and I had to borrow Alyssa's hair tie because I didn't want to put a hat on because I was warm.
Get over here, wench. I need a hair tie.
Yeah. I'm like, can I borrow your hair tie? And she goes, I don't need that back ever. Like, okay.
Burn it.
Yeah. And then I was looking for it today and she took it back. So
there you go.
Yeah.
You're like, you see those little curlies? Those are my hairs on. It's mine now.
I've been using her hairbrush to like comb my hair.
Now, question, because you have longer hair.
Yeah.
Do you condition?
Yeah. I also have really fucking dry scalp. So.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh god, yeah, it was real bad. There was a period of time where a lot of times shower more than once in a day. Because like if I go to work, I'll shower when I go to work, and then I'll work out at lunch, and then I'll shower, and then if I come home and like do yard work or something, if it's summer, I would shower a third time, and I was washing my hair every time.
What was it?
The oil. Was it
argan oil?
Oh, argan oil, yeah. I got Paul Mitchell tea tree mint shampoo and conditioner, and if I only wash my hair like once a day or every other day, it's pretty good.
You know what somebody told me about that shampoo? She told me to throw it the fuck out. She didn't like.
No, he said Paul Mitchell. I would totally be fine.
Tea tree one, I had that.
No, you did not. You had some knockoff tea tree. It smelled like asshole.
Yeah, this shit, I don't like paying for it, but...
Yeah, your mom uses Paul Mitchell.
I know.
Yeah.
She's like a spokesperson.
Yeah, she really is. The whole bathroom. It's amazing. But also olive oil on the hair. If you just let that kind of sit on the scalp. It helps.
Mayonnaise?
That too?
That's a 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days reference. For all you sick-ass mofos out there.
I guess I'm not a sick-ass mofo.
Oh, dude, it's such a good show. There's this weird guy who's Ed. He's 50. He hasn't had a girlfriend in 27 years, and he's 4'11", and he has no neck, and puts mayonnaise in his hair to keep his hair shiny, and then goes to the Philippines and gets pissed when there's no air conditioner, and then stands in the street sweating and goes, I need aircon now!
How do you not get like maggots or something in that hair?
You rinse it out.
Well, yeah, you rinse it out.
You're not just walking around with mayonnaise head.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Ugh. It must smell horrible.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note, thank you. Well, now, before we actually go, there are things that I have to say. If you've survived through this episode, if you've battled the Rampage with us, we thank you. Oh, God, he's showing us a fucking picture of it.
I thought we were getting like hacked.
No. Just
this is the end of season. This is the end of season 2. Ew, God, he looks like Danny DeVito. There's only like a quick flash. All I saw was Danny DeVito.
Well, I assumed you were trying to do Dobis and sick of listening to. Never mind, just ignore me.
Okay. That brings us to the end of season 2. Thank you for surviving throughout season 2 with us. We had some ups. We had some downs. It was a short season, But next season is going to be completely different. We come back on September 7th is our first episode. We're taking like a 5-6 week break just to kind of enjoy the rest of the summer. We all have vacations and we all have stuff to do. So we're going to take a little bit of a break and then we're going to come back right around, the spooky season with a new season dedicated all to slasher films.
Ooh.
It's going to be good. So far we have at least 26 movies in the list to do. It's our biggest season yet. We're covering all the heavy hitters that you can think of, obscure ones, and we're going to go in year order. So if you have any suggestions for slasher movies that you really like, please reach out and let us know. Until then, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back soon. Bye.
See ya.
George? George, did I just see you close your eye? I just saw you open your eye. Son of a bitch! Pretending to be dead at a time like this?
Oh my God.
No, it's not funny, and I wasn't crying, okay? There's a lot of debris around here.
Wait, is this like a thing between you guys?
This is not a thing between us, it's a thing with him because he has a twisted sense of humor.